Well, hence all here again. It's been a local constitutional coup in California, and with a stunning update from the Midwest case that had just occurred when my friend got arrested out there, and he had been concerned about that because these batches think they can arrest you and hold you for a week, for a month, no problem. You have no right to de facto national socialist government is bound to respect. So I sent documents out to his sister, who unfortunately didn't have a clue as to what to do. But then 3 days later, I get a call, and I said to myself, how did she get her brother's phone from jail? She didn't. He called me. He was out and back home, and he apparently read the Court the Riot Act on the record at the hearing that they scheduled. And now he's back safe and sound at home, and we've set up another big deal here. We can prove, just like we can do in their case, lack of jurisdiction and venue. And that's a major constitutional issue, as you will learn. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Learn all about it and things you should have learned when you were in school. But don't feel bad. I didn't learn a damn thing all those decades ago outside of Washington, D.C. either. But I'm going to teach you, and you can teach your kids and your posterity so they can avoid almost all of the bullshit that goes on these days in the corrupt just us system. So send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and I'll give you updates on this particular case as events develop. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. And when you know he's also into foreclosures, I'll be talking about that in a separate video. That's another big area for me. And you realize that damn corporate landlords seem to have, they are agents of our agents. Think about that. They somehow have enforceable rights when they use undefined fucking dollars, but we don't. And we're in a principal and agent relationship. The magnitude of the issues. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and I'll give you full updates on how to get started on, doing what I have been doing now in my fourth decade, and with a great time with the U.S. Supreme Court, I think on the verge here, of going much further than it has. And they've been very complicit, and those justices on the court know it now. And I'm hoping to see three new ones before the term reopens in October. We'll see how that develops. Because that's the one thing we don't have, and we need it. Because the younger justices on the court, when the shit hits the fan here, it's going to be very ugly. But they can come in and say, yeah, this court has been very complicit here. We apologize to the American people for that. And it's our job to do our job as dictated and mandated by the Constitution. So if that starts to happen, look out. That's a really big change. So send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And what that happens, we're going to get a lot of quick payouts here because the first, especially landlord, homeowners association, any of these corporate entities don't have anywhere to go, and we'll put them right out of business. If we have to do it, and in our own court, you're going to love learning about that too. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And that's how good things are beginning to look. And by the way, to be sure, I'm not happy with a lot of what Trump is doing right now, especially with his executive orders. But I think he and Bondi know exactly what I'm talking about here. And he's setting the court up to get these cases in front of him when the younger justices get there, so they can rule in our favor and against federal, regional, martial law rule. And that's a gigantic step to going back to the original intent of the racist framers who created the best government that's ever existed. And no, it wasn't perfect, but the best one, and we want it back. We can go from there, change things, and do it the right way, and make things even better. That's why it's so exciting. And here I'll be 77 later this year. Life is still ahead of me. And that's why I want to teach you to help get out there and help your situations, especially with foreclosures, traffic, court. I mean, you name it, all this crap. None of them has jurisdiction, but they assume they do. That's because of this kind of black old bastard. They're supposed to be neutral magistrates, oh, by the way, according to the U.S. Supreme Court. And you show up there no matter what you file, speaks this frivolous sovereign citizen bullshit, and throw that out, they throw you out, and they issue a demand, for the other side and let them win and take however much of their property they want to. We can stop it. We have the power to do it. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and I'll update you on all of it. And this window of opportunity hasn't existed in 150 years. So let's just hope that it plays out the way I'm thinking it will. There are those that disagree with me about that, and they have a right to do that, and there is something to be said for that position. But knowing what I know, I'm in my fifth decade here, and I have the Supreme Court sounding more and more exactly like me. And as you'll learn, I had maybe the biggest win in the history of that court. Now send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, because they know what's going on, and it's just a matter of time until they're going to start ruling on the real issues and set us all free. And if I've done that, then I have done the job I was put to do. Well, that would be just simply amazing, but it's nothing more than what we should have, and they know it. So it's really, really good. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe, tell your friends, get the word out. The quicker and faster we act, and with as many of us as possible, the quicker we shut these bastards down and get our lives and our creator endowed and alienable rights back. Thank you.